How would you experiment with your current beliefs if your current beliefs are really damaging to others, like superiority?
Yep. So let's say my current will state is I am superior. Right? That's my current will state, is it not? Yep. So I would have to first have an idea or a concept that I actually have some faith in. So it needs to be something that I actually believe is possible. Not that I imagine is possible or that I hope is possible, but that I actually feel is possible, of experimenting whether that's true or not, experimenting with whether that is true or not. Does that make sense? I need to start there with the experiment. So what experiments can I do? We could try 3 different experiments, couldn't we? What happens to me when I feel superior and I treat others superior, as if I am superior? What happens to me when I treat others as equal, and what happens to them? And what happens to me and them when I treat others as inferior? I could measure all 3 states, couldn't I?
How would, if coming from your soul is that you feel superior, how would you truly, genuinely treat others equally?
Well, you could try engage the experiment of even just physically attempting to treat them as if they're equal, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So in other words, you've got a nice big meal in front of you, someone next to you hasn't got much at all, you decide, I'm going to share this and see what happens. Does that make sense? As a part of this experiment. Experimentation is a lovely way to prove facts, right? Scientifically. You could do that. Or you could even have faith that, no, you could go further, couldn't you? You could say, I want to treat people equal, and ask yourself, what are all of my feelings inside of me that cause me to not treat people equal? And then I have to develop faith on every one of those feelings to actually change that condition. Does that make sense? So that might take the form of something like this. I see that when I'm with people, I want them to meet my addictions. That's what I want. And why do I want that, though? See, as soon as I ask the question why, my desire has shifted. Because before you weren't asking why. Right? And it's very similar to what's happened with you in this course, actually, Rebecca. Considering right at the beginning of the course, my feelings were to remove Rebecca. And the only reason why you didn't get removed was because you're new to divine truth, right? And yet you have engaged your questioning process of asking why, what's the problem here, what does it do? What's happening in my relationship with Nikki, what's happening, and you've asked that question. You follow me? So this is a wonderful example. Just asking the question has caused you to have a shift in attitude. You remember at the beginning of the group, you were sitting right up the back in the corner, not engaging. The man you were sitting next to, he was going to sleep. That's how much oppression he was getting in the process, right? Right next to you. And I'm going, Nikki, I know Nikki, he's never gone to sleep before when he's hearing divine truth, and he's asleep. So what's going on here, right? Now, obviously, if you're sensitive emotionally, you can feel what's going on. But you changed that. How did you change that? By actually going, maybe what people are telling me is different to what I currently believe. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry, but it's a fantastic example of what you've done. You actually developed a desire to actually see, to get out of where you were, which was complete denial about what you were doing, right? So your desire on the issue of denial has significantly shifted, right? So what I would suggest you do now is you go back and ask yourself, why did my desire on denial shift? What caused me to shift? Now, can you see it wasn't just somebody else telling you, because I've told heaps of other people for years and years the same thing, and it's made no difference to their life whatsoever. Do you see? So it's not somebody telling you that made you shift. There's got to have been something that happened inside of you that caused you to shift. You follow? And that's a great example of there's been a shift on the desire to remain in denial. So what caused you to shift from that desire? Can you see that at this stage you haven't even thought about it? You've just sort of done it without much thinking? Can you see that? You haven't really thought about what was the underlying shift that occurred? But you could spend some time on that and find out what it was. Because you want to repeat that. Does that make sense? You want to repeat that with any other things that are there. Make sense?
You.
Yeah, it's good. If we go to Adrian in front of you.